In the heart of the Renaissance, a time of explosive art and burgeoning science, one man dared to look at the stars and see not the heavens of the church, but an infinite, teeming reality. His name was Giordano Bruno, and his ideas would cost him everything. Born Filippo Bruno in Nola near Naples, he joined the Dominican order, a path for the brightest minds of his day. But within the monastery's hallowed walls, Bruno's mind refused to be contained. He devoured forbidden texts, questioned sacred doctrines like the Trinity, and found the rigid theology of the Church to be a cage for the human spirit. His thoughts were afire, and soon the smoke reached the nostrils of the Inquisition. Accused of heresy, he fled, beginning a life as a wanderer, a philosophical fugitive driven by a relentless pursuit of truth. For nearly 2 decades, Bruno crisscrossed Europe, a restless intellectual nomad. In Geneva, he clashed with Calvinists. In Paris, his prodigious memory and arcane knowledge won him the favor of the king. In London, he walked among the circles of Queen Elizabeth's court, debating at Oxford and publishing his most audacious works, including On the Infinite Universe and Worlds. He argued that the sun was just another star, and that the universe was endless, containing innumerable worlds, each potentially inhabited by sentient beings. This was not science as we know it, but a mystical philosophical vision that shattered the cozy, human-centric cosmos of the Church. He was brilliant, but also arrogant, sharp-tongued, and utterly uncompromising, making powerful enemies as easily as he attracted devoted students. His fatal mistake was hubris. In 1591, a Venetian nobleman named Giovanni Mocenigo invited him to Venice, promising patronage and a safe haven to teach his arts of memory. Bruno, perhaps longing for his homeland, accepted. But Mocenigo was either a fool who could not comprehend Bruno's radical theology, or a viper who had lured him into a trap. Frightened by Bruno's heresies, Mocenigo denounced him to the Venetian Inquisition. The trap had sprung. After months of interrogation in Venice, the Roman Inquisition, seeing a prize heretic within their grasp, demanded his extradition. In 1593, Giordano Bruno was thrown into the dungeons of Rome. For 7 long, agonizing years, he endured imprisonment, isolation, and relentless interrogation. The Church did not want a martyr. It wanted a retraction. They brought forth a list of his heretical beliefs, his infinite universe, his rejection of core tenets of the faith, his belief in the transmigration of souls. They demanded he renounce them all. Bruno, ever the debater, was willing to concede on minor points, to argue and parse, but on the core of his philosophical vision, he would not yield. He saw the universe as a divine living entity, and his soul could not be confined to a dogma he believed to be false. Finally, his patience, and that of the Inquisition, ran out. On February 8, 1600, he was formally sentenced to death. Upon hearing his fate, he rose before his judges, the powerful cardinals of the Holy Office, and uttered the immortal words that would echo through history. Perhaps you pronounce this sentence against me with greater fear than I receive it. On a cold morning, February 17, 1600, Giordano Bruno was taken to the Campo dei Fiori, the Field of Flowers. His tongue was pierced to prevent him from speaking his heresies to the crowd. He was bound to a stake and the pyre was lit. He refused a crucifix, turning his face away in his final moments of defiance. He was burned to death, his ashes cast into the Tiber River, an attempt to erase him from the world. But ideas, once unleashed, cannot be unmade by fire. While not a scientist in the modern sense, Giordano Bruno became a martyr for the freedom of thought, a symbol of the battle against dogma. His vision of an infinite cosmos, once a deadly heresy, is now the foundation of our understanding of the universe. The fire consumed his body, but it ignited a legacy that would shine for centuries. Subscribe